It's always great chatting with my next guest, Josh Parisian, who's going to be back in action against Alan Baudot, UFC Fight Night, June 25th. Josh, how's it going, man?
Good, man. Like I said, I'm a little bit late for this interview, but life is crazy right now. My girlfriend's got she just went through a big jury trial, and then the daycare, they got a roof leak, so I've had my daughter all week, and so yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No, hey, listen, no need to apologize. You're the one who's got a fight coming up here. How do you deal with all that, man? I know never every fight camp's not ideal, but how do you manage it? Do you meditate? Are you a guy that, how do you deal with all these things on your plate?
I mean, I just as it goes, and then my girlfriend helps me. She'll work with me. I mean, like, she might be busy in the day, but she'll give me sometimes I'll drop her off to her work, and I'll get my morning training in, and then she'll come home, and then I'll go training. So as far as like my training and stuff, that's like I'm still training hard and getting all that in, so
good,
nothing affected there.
It looked like you got a full camp for this one. When did you find out?
I found out like a month before I started camp. So like maybe 14 weeks out.
Okay, good. Oh, so plenty of time, which is great. And was this kind of the right amount of time off in between fights, or were you hoping to get in there a little bit sooner?
Oh, actually, I was hoping to get in. Well, actually, I had some elbow that had gone on after my fight, and then I went and got that checked out. I got all the MRI and all that, and then it got sent to Dr. I think it's Davidson, the UFC doctor, and he said surgery. And then I went to to talk to the guy that does the surgery. He said, I don't think you need surgery. He sent me to another specialist, and that guy's like, you don't need surgery. He gave me he said you might need surgery, but at this point, like, it's not gonna hurt you to keep fighting. So next time I have to get another surgery, then I would get the surgery. But he gave me a cortisone shot. That it worked pretty good, and then started hurting again. But then my conditioning coach, through movement and stuff, we figured it out. It doesn't hurt at all anymore. So I think it was just something not even in my elbow, but like in my back, my lat or something.
Okay.
Like, we had a bunch of mobility stuff, and then it took care of it.
So you're feeling good now with the elbow, by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Like, I can make a straight fist now, but like before, I can't. I couldn't even. I was like that. I was stuck like that. I couldn't even I couldn't even throw a cross straight.
Which would be good if you were fighting a smaller opponent. You could punch down, right? But I guess you need the arm to go up a little bit for a guy like Baudot, right?
It's always a hook or an uppercut, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, for sure. Like Popeye or something, right? So there you go. Obviously, I know things did not go your way in the last fight against Dante Almeida. Tough opponent, though, man. Like, what did you take away the most from that fight?
I think the biggest thing I took, there's so much I took away from it, honestly. And I know people say this all the time. I obviously want to win, but like, if I had to lose, I'm grateful to have learned a lot. And a couple big things that I got from it is like not anticipating I did not anticipate him wrestling. That was like never seen him wrestle ever. And that's all I want to do is wrestle. And then when I started wrestling, I was on my back. I'm like, I don't know. I was just in my head. I'm like, I did not expect this. I didn't plan for this. You know what I mean? Like, why is this? You know what I mean? And then I didn't condition for that either. Like, that's a whole other conditioning of having to wrestle and stuff. I thought it was going to be a striking thing. So that was tough there. So I guess the takeaway from that is like, I can work towards something at the plan, but like being conditioned for a situation as well, just overall.
Alan Baudot, one of Cyril Gane's training partners, pretty big fight here. How do you feel like you match up against him?
I feel like I match up good against him. He's just another. Again, I'm gonna anticipate wrestling. You know what I mean? I'll be ready for that. But yeah, I only watched a couple of videos, and I think it's just a good fight to get back and perform. And I didn't get to finish my answer before. Was like, I made fighting my full-time job since I got in the UFC, and it put a lot of pressure on me, and I was nervous like a week out from my last fight. And by the time I even got to the fight, like, I was just so exhausted from the nerves that like I was almost defeated already. And a thing that I've done since then is I have another thing that I'm doing to make money, just so like that's provide for my family, and I can make fighting fun again for me. Because when I made it my job, it wasn't fun, and it was just stressful. And it wasn't like I can win. It was like I have to win. I have to win, because if I don't win, you know what I mean, like my family and all that, and it just put so much pressure on me that like it just took away from why I was even doing it in the first place. So that's made. And thought that was important to say because
No,
that's like one of my
100%.
biggest
Yeah, I
things.
didn't know that. So that's great. Are you? I don't know if are you allowed to say what you do for work? Like, obviously, that's great. You have another source of income.
Oh yeah, no, I made an OnlyFans. No, I'm kidding.
I was gonna say.
I'm just kidding. No, I doing mortgage loan origination.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yep.
That's awesome. Good. Well, that, I mean, again, takes the pressure off. Whatever's going to make you, enjoy fighting is something that's great. Training camp, anything different for this one? Who you mainly been working with?
I haven't I've been working with Ty Wildmo a little bit, just another amateur at the gym. He's gonna go pro soon, but he's a good wrestler. Because I've been working on the wrestling part. But like the biggest changes I made, um, I would say is like imitating everything in training like a fight. Like there's so many times in training where I'm like, I didn't do this, but in a fight I will do that. But that
Mhm.
never happens. I'm gonna do exactly what I do in training. Another thing is like as far as like my conditioning and my training, instead of like working my ass off every single day and just being in the pit and like subconsciously by the time the fight happens, that's what I think I have. You know what I mean? Because I've been at this energy level the entire fight, the entire training camp. So in my mind, I'm like, this is what this is what my body's capable of. So instead of that, I've been doing a lot of like sessions and then kind of having other sessions that aren't super hard, kind of rebuilding, get my energy back, and then spending my energy, get my energy back, spend it, just so that I can mimic that fight situation better.
How do you envision the fight playing out on June 25th?
I think, I honestly think that I will get a knockout. I know everybody says that, but and there's been fights where I'm like, yeah, I think it's going to go to the decision, but I actually think that I will get a finish.
Love it. And just remind me again, how many more fights do you have left on your contract?
I lost you again.
Oh, no worries. I was just
There you
asking.
are.
Oh yeah. I was just asking you how many more fights do you have left on your contract? Do you know?
This is my last one. I gotta perform, man. Might be I might have to do something crazy out there.
Okay, well I mean, hey, high stakes, right? You probably wouldn't want to have it any other way. Go all in on this, right? So, and like you said, you made
Yeah.
some adjustments with, the financial side of things. So, I mean, this is it. I like it. I think, high stakes in a fight like this, right?
Yeah, it's fun, and I can make it fun again, and it's high stakes, and it's not that high stakes are hard for me. I've performed well, in the Contender Series both times. That's not it. I was just making it a job, and now it's not a job for me anymore. So we'll see what happens.
We're looking forward to it, man. UFC Fight Night, June 25th. Josh, appreciate the time. I know you're super busy. Just remind people where they can get a hold of you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout outs, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, I you can get a hold of me on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram, Parisian MMA. Twitter, Josh Parisian. I don't do Twitter very often. I should do it more, but it's really confusing to me. And then Facebook is Parisian MMA as well. As far as sponsorship, True Nutrition. Uh, let's see. I have Timothy McDonald Law Offices of Livingston County, and that's it. Those are my two sponsors.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.